Just another update on the Nomad project. I think this is going to be number 23. The last one, I was talking about my door hinges, and in the process of working on those, I know I said I was going to get a pin and bushing kit, and what I did is I took the hinges out and I got the bushing kit put in it, put the hinges back on it, and then the action on the door seemed squirrely. I don't know, the bottom hinge didn't seem to want to open up as much as the other one. So I decided to take the risk and buy a set of reproduction door hinges. Now, these came from Golden Star. I'm not endorsed by those guys, and I had to pay for these with my own money, but they're the ones that supplied the inner fender that fit very nicely. So I decided to go ahead and pull the trigger, and I bought a set. Anyway, yesterday I got the door pulled off and I took the hinges off, and I guess I kind of missed what I was looking at. Here are the hinges, and the one thing that it finally dawned on me was these tabs here. Those are stops that regulate how far the door will open. Now, on a nice condition hinge, this is supposed to come down off of here at a sharp 90 degree, and you can see that that is leaning out a ways, which means that this hinge got pushed over farther than it wanted to. And you can see that on both tabs there. Now, this was the top hinge. Now, this is the bottom hinge. You can see that tab there bent out at a wonky angle. But check out the bottom one. Instead of being bent out, this thing is actually bent in at an angle. So this tab is out this way, and that's in. So I think maybe what that means is the door got probably pushed open somehow over the stop, and then somehow it got pushed back, and that never did get addressed. So these hinges were on the car, and I think because they're on the driver's side, I think it was part of that accident that the car suffered at some point in this time. But anyway, I'm glad I spent the money for a new set of hinges. Now, my friend Joe was out here yesterday because I had gotten got the door with the hinges all the way back on the car, and then it needed adjusting. And so Joe and I went through, and again, you have the two screws. You can see the bolts in there, top and bottom. And then here, there's 3 bolts in the strap part of the hinge. Now, we went through all the adjustment. We got the door adjusted as far forward as it could go, and also as far up as we could. And the bottom of the door wasn't even clear in the rocker. So what I ended up doing yesterday, I put a floor jack underneath the corner of the door and lifted up as much as I could, and it got a little bit better and a little bit better. Still wasn't clearing, so I took a 2x4 today, and I put one end on the rocker and the other end on the bottom side of the door and just lifted up. And basically, I pried the door, and you see now I have a decent gap on the back side of the door. But one thing you'll notice is that the corner on the door skin, as a reminder, this thing got door skins, the radius on that doesn't match the radius of what's left of the quarter panel. Also, the rocker was trimmed in this. There's some kind of patch, I don't know, rusty. And you can see where it's rubbing. So, as I haven't said it before, I'll say it again, Dirty Harry style, a man's got to know his limitations. So that's going to be it for what I can do. We can either change the radius on the door, or when the quarter panel gets fixed, we can fix it in the quarter panel, because again, those things are in that box there, and I haven't really gotten those out. So that'll be the next step on that. So anyway, the work that I can do is pretty much done. I did get the bumper on it, obviously the hood and the fenders on it, and I wasn't going to put this fender on until basically I think what's going to happen, the standard approach, we're going to have to get the quarter panel patch done and then make sure the door is swinging, latching in its opening, and then tackle getting the front fender on. So that's it for today. The old hinges, these here, they're going out in the scrap pile. Those things are garbage. So anyway, like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so. Still making progress. Thanks for watching.